Okay, so we got the transmission mounted in there. We're just going to keep twiddling along here, waiting for parts to show up. We had to swap out one of the servos. One of the 2065 shift servos on this thing when we got it. Had an airplane park zone servo jammed into it. The wrong park zone, just I think it was causing problems because this thing was really glitchy. So hoping there's nothing wrong with the receiver when we get into that, but everything was completely backwards on it from when I took one of my other Traxxas TRX4 radios and bound it to this one. I had to reverse everything on the app, which made 0 sense. So it might have something to do with the servo. You can get glitching like that in your radio if you're running analog and digital servos together. So being this one's got, 3 other Traxxas servos in it and 1 foreign, kind of leads me to believe that might have been the problem. Well, let's hope so, right? So
let us hope.
Let us hope. Let us hope. Okay, those are in. We're not going to hook the cables up right now. We just want to go for a kind of a see where our center of gravity is. Jesse and I were talking off camera. Jesse pointed out he noticed right there the let's get the steering one out of there. The top panhard link. Okay, Mr. Steering. Back out of there. It's just touching. So we marked it all out with my classic purple Sharpie, and we're going to go in there and grind down just the top of that pumpkin a very little bit and the bottom of that link, because we're really like 3 millimeters from full collapsing that spring back there on that lower shock shaft. You can see right center camera there. So yeah, so there we go. As it stands, motor, transmission, most of the drive lines on at the wheels. It will bounce quite decently on its side with a little motivation. It still won't even tumble. That's no brass added, nothing added, just kind of rebuilding it up. We're going to do our mods with what you could do out of the box, bone stock, and then we'll get to it. Jesse, you throw me the motor. Let's start to throw a little bit higher center of gravity weight at it. So this is packing a 11 tooth pinion. We're going to throw a 10 or even a 9. I don't know. We'll see what good people Eliminator have. We'll hit down the small. Pretty sure it's going to be a 10 tooth. I think that's all that's out for the kit right now. So I just need the I should be able to just clip the cap on the top right now, no hardware, just to test. This is all going to come back out as soon as tomorrow, so like we're just going to leave the 2-speed in. It's batteries going up front. That little servo on the side of the frame is not going to cause any issues whatsoever. Some servos run, some 2-speeds run a full-size servo, like my Yeti, my GOM Yeti. A couple of the other ones run full-size servos, but they're positioned well, so it doesn't really matter. The Yeti's more of a race platform. They got it laid down right in the bottom of the tub chassis, so it doesn't really matter. There, motor's in, clipped on, throw it up on its side. Perfect. Still bounces out nice. Yeah, so what we're looking here is low center of gravity, keeps everything within kind of like the weights within the footprint of the edges of the tires. Nothing's hanging out over here, or else you'd want to just tip it over, pull it over. Like we can get some really good angle out of it before it wants to go over. So that's going to help when you're on crazy side hills, and with this thing you can unlock your diffs and just kind of slowly work it along and get it over. It's going to work really well. Throw me that builder's kit there. I want to see what that guy. This guy with no weight on should perform the exact same thing. Seems a little bit more tippy, but same thing. Now mind you, this has no motor. we throw a motor sitting in here, it's lower center of gravity, but you can already see from where the suspension sits, that motor's going to be sitting here. So that's going to want to pull it over. So mind you, not to be compared block stock, because we're running droop suspension, heavily modified. I'll pause it, I'll go grab one of my other TRX4s. I don't think we'll see the same results. So their motor, yeah, still sitting about the same at full droop, so that's actually not too bad. No, not too bad at all. So the SCX10 stock format appears to hold the motor lower. Good design on their behalf. So yeah, like, you know, that other kit we're looking at would take your motor, move your motor up here. So let's just pretend our motor's there, and then still not bad. Still not too bad. We are going to replace this motor. We are going to run it for this week for testing trials, make sure it's all good to go. We're trying to do this on the budget. There's more money we can spend at other places on it first besides the motor. We're going to gear it down. It's already a big 550 can. 21 turns a little hot, but you know, these things are still fun. You kick in two-wheel drive, you can go drift around and jump stuff and have a lot of fun. 2-speed makes up a lot of jeez. That's really where they had the pinion here, right? So yeah, that's basically about it. Really can't take too much claim to fame. We've pretty much put droop shocks on a TRX4 so far. Cost really nothing. A couple pens kicking around the house and playing around. We kept all the parts in a separate bag. You're gonna want to hold on to those. If ever comes time to sell the truck and somebody's like, I don't know what droop is, I don't want droop, you can switch back to them. Yeah, we'll get into some wiring and stuff in the next vid. I think some of that bag of brass there. We got our first set of upgrades in, some hot racing TRX 21 HA. It's ultimate brass weight knuckle puller covers, so not too sure exactly. I believe these just go over top and around, and you can add different lengths of screws and keep collectively adding the weight. When I bought this, I originally thought it was enough to do the entire truck. It is not. No instructions either, which is kind of odd, but whatever, we'll figure that out. Jeez. Really strong plastic. So yeah, I guess you just you start with your base covers. And then I guess, yeah, you just keep screwing weight onto them. I'm curious how it's going to work. There's a lot of brass here just for 2 knuckles.
Yeah.
We're going to need a bigger boat. This take the motor trans out. We're flipping this thing around so it doesn't take somebody's eye out. Let's turn this. We could finish dremeling these tires too. It's really gross and dirty doing it, so it takes time. Takes time. Lug nuts in the tray there. Wheel nut. Wheel. No.
What did you say?
This is the dry shaft link that we'll need for that kit. For that in the parts there. Okay, so. Oh no, this is an outside cover. You replace the outside cover with this 72-gram slab. And then you can put this big slab on the inside. Okay. Another 47 grams. So now we're dealing with, geez, that's a big chunk.
So that replaces the portal? Or
Yeah.
It's just covered?
Yeah, that's the outside cover.
Oh, wow.
The bearings pop in. And then you can stack one. Then you can stack two.
Jeez.
No real instructions needed. It's pretty simple actually once you get into it. So let's
Tear into it?
yeah, let's pull that portal apart again and get into it.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
Okay.
We gotta get those out.
That will be fun, yeah.
Oh. You wanna use your hook? Nope.
Got him. Come on, hot races, is better fit. Greasy. Little deep burner around the edges there. Machine processes are a little rough sometimes. These are actually done really nicely, but well, the bearing don't fit. Pop.
We ever gonna get those back? If we need them?
No, that's just stay there forever now. That will be replaced. If you want to use a tool to push a bearing down, you gotta find something that matches the outside race perfectly.
Bam.
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 Bam. output, MIP, extended shaft. Drop it back in. Wipe your hands off on the bench. Ooh la la.
Nice. How much is that? 72 grams?
72, yep.
Wow.
Well, they've given us all new stainless hardware.
Right on.
But I think I'm going to use the black steel that came with the kit.
Black steel.
Now you're going to have to Loctite this. Into the plastic, Loctite does nothing. It's a anamorphic something gel that reacts to the metals. It does not work in plastic. People tell you use it in plastic. It does nothing. If you have problems with threads backing on plastic, use a little drop of super glue on the threads. Bam, bam. Beefcake.
It's huge.
So, where's my knife? Where's my knife? Should we get both in before you crank that down? Rotate that out more. Dang. Good old stainless steel. They never fit the damn bits. Doesn't matter who or where the stainless screws come from. They never fit as nice as the black steel, but whatever. Bring that in tight. Let's go, let's put it all in there. See how it feels. It's probably going to be too much. But
I think it'll be just fine.
just right. This is another, going to be 42 grams. Let's make sure we can get the,
see if the wheel can fit after that.
Yeah. Curious. Yeah, no, the wheel's gonna fit just fine. Well, I tell myself it's gonna fit just fine. If not, we'll go to a 275 or a 300 hub or something like that.
Yeah.
I think the ones that are in are like 175s. No, being Canada, I have no idea what that means. Never was big with the fractions. $1.5 mil. Just enough to get that in. Ooh, jeez. Big old blind blind. Oh, it's so close. One of those has to come out with these wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we change the hubs.
Unless we go to a heavier offset hub.
Which is possible.
Some nice weight up in there now. Okay, so that's what was in there. I think it's like a 150 or I don't know, something like that. It's the next one up from there. Try that one. I think we'll be fine with that one. Rest for the lug. Still a wrench. Checking our track width. Yeah, we almost got full tire hanging out.
But it's good as clearing, eh?
It's clearing there, yeah, but you know, now we're just starting to touch where we weren't touching nothing before. You know, but we are because it's a further out, the heart of the servo's got to work now. And yeah,
Well, we can
pull another one of those, but you know what? Let's get her done, set up. It's pretty decent. We do have another set of wider hubs, but we don't want to get too much wider where we are. So if we didn't go with that 4mm offset shaft, we would have been running some big offset 675s. They make some really large ones too. Let's just throw 2 at it right now. So. Not ever close. So the 5 bolts that hold the B-lock together are just sitting off of that brass. Probably
not super close.
2 mils to spare. So it's gonna be a little noisy going through sand and gravel, but pretty sure it'll work itself out. Now there's our shock. Look, the tire drops right out to full. No questions asked. That's going to help pull that front end down when we want to climb up over stuff with a high crest in the middle. And having your weight in the front, you're just going to help pull that back end up and over. So we're not any weight to the rear end so far. Should be sitting about 10 3/4, 11 inches wide in the front from outside tire. I believe comp legal for 1.9 is 12 inches. I'm gonna have to look that up, but I don't think by any means we're gonna get outside of our boundaries there. And then our back axle is gonna have a probably 9.5 inch, 10 inch, 9 3/4 track width in the rear. So that's gonna help you when you're coming around a corner of a rock. This tire's gonna wanna kind of tuck in and not hook that if there's a wall here or something. And this tire just got around, you can drag this out of your body and wrap it around there. So yeah, good enough for tonight, guys. We're gonna finish up the other side. There's no point watching us sit there and spin screws into that. We'll get that side dialed in, set back up. Parts trip tomorrow. So next time you see a video, we'll have an update with where we are with all these dang parts. Should pull these axles back out, re-grease them, check the bearings, get them finalized, go back together until yet again more parts show up. So there's going to be this thing's going to come together and go apart many times to come. We got all types of parts, and they keep making new parts of these things every day. So let's every time I jump on eBay there or eBay, something new pops up every day. So let's go do a bit of shopping. Wish.com, they got some stuff for this. Stuff really isn't. Wish is hit and miss for what they have. Their the selection there is. How do you say? They have lots of the same thing for them over and over again. If you to try new stuff, you have to know what you're looking for and go search that directly. So I was like the front motor mount they make for these. I had no idea it was out until I see another member of a forum purchase it, and then we started looking at it. Jesse and I weighed out the pros and cons of higher center of gravity besides more weight in the front, which we can just achieve by adding a little bit of weight to the front. It's very cool if you're doing a scale build and you want to have that motor up in the front, opening a hood. They even sell a LS style Chevrolet engine cover goes over top of it, so you can have the Defender with the pop open hood and show off your fancy little motor cover, which is cool. We like that. We love scale stuff. So open the hoods are where it's at. I'm gonna I've got one truck with an opening hood. RC four-wheel drive Blazer, of course. Got that last year for Christmas from the wife. So you know, not too bad. We're just touching a little bit now. We weren't touching it all before, so we're just touching very little bit. But that's very easy to open up that. This back corner there, just gonna clear. So.
Look at that.
You can pull it over to like here and let it go, and it flops back down. So.
Well, it's with no motor, but
Yeah.
pretty decent.
Yep. So we'll get this side done. Electronics are starting to go back into it. Parts to come hopefully tomorrow. They have those gears in. If not, it's going to be Thursday, and then it's going to be a bit of a panic to get it all dialed in back together. I had to change over the servo saver. Servo saver was bad. Got a new one. We'll get over right in there for a test run. Not going to have any of the rock lights or nothing on it for the test run. We just want to make sure we're on the right track. It's performing good. I know it's good. Not the first truck I've built, and you know 90% of it is driver skill versus the truck too, and we got a fair bit amount of that. So many years of wheeling these things, so we should perform pretty good. We're going to film that. We're going to have that posted up. We might do a live feed after we get back, just to show how it went. Who knows? Talk to you soon.